All right, guys. Well, I think we are going to luck out. It is very icky out, but the rain has briefly stopped. So I think we are going to get into the Moana preview today, which is going to be awesome. So let's see. We're getting in line here and hopefully we can get on in. Okay, so we were in the wrong line. Now we're in the Passholder line. So we are heading on in. It's a lot of people in this line probably trying to get on, get into the preview before it starts to rain, because it is going to. I don't know if you can see that gray sky behind me, but it is not pretty. So believe it or not, the line goes all the way, wraps around down by Spaceship Earth. And here, it's a pretty long line.
So it looks like it like tells you a little bit about water and different things, kind of from the movie. And then it's a interactive walkthrough tour. So I believe there's two different sides. You can go through one that's like a where you would get wet and one where you don't get wet, dry side and a wet side. And then hidden in like the rocks, there's some stuff from the movie, which is pretty cool. So this is the wet section. You go and touch the water, which I don't really get it. All right, Carrie, let's go. Touch the water. Okay, so it looks like if you touch it, it starts playing some type of song, like chimes almost. Okay, yeah. So the way, like when you touch the water, it makes a sound, like wind chimes. That's interesting. All right, I'm gonna do it. That's interesting. That's interesting. It just, when you touch each individual string of water, it plays like an instrument. That's cool. He's just playing the entire thing. It's very pretty in here. There's a lot to see. Realize you can see Ollie's up there. My dad's over there videoing. Okay, so this is the wet and the dry side. So I believe the wet side is over here, and then this is the dry path. So it shows you another thing about the water. All right, let's go on the wet path. Come on. All right. Oh, Carrie wants to do it. Okay, so his arm's raised up and the water's going super high, and then it stops. And then he raises his arm and it goes. It does work.
Down anyway.
Oh, we're... on it, hold your arm out, and it like will raise the water up. Everyone's doing. It's interesting, but I don't know if this was that necessary to put in, but it's cool to do like one time. It's another one of those things. It's very pretty though. It is very, very pretty in here. All right, so dry path is on the right for over here. Wet path is over here. That's interesting. Okay, so it looks like when you walk through, the water stops, but when you walk through, the water stops, but when you're not underneath it, it's going. It's these little tiny droplets. We're gonna wait. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna make him go. All right, we're gonna try to walk through it. Oh, that's interesting.
I was gonna try to be quick, see if like I'd still get wet. I think I would have got wet, but I also didn't want to get wet. So.
Very interesting. So it's not necessarily a wet side because you're supposed to really not get wet, but I guess it's because you can potentially get wet.
Basically.
So this is the lake section, which is super pretty. Got some little springs. So we just finished up the Moana path, whatever you want to call that, the walkthrough tour thing. It's all right.
Interactive. You don't really get, I wouldn't say like soaking wet, like
Yeah.
like you think you would. It's more of like if you choose to get wet, you can.
Yeah. So
But
there's
like I didn't want to get wet, and I'm basically dry. So
we took all of the like wet paths, and it wasn't it really wasn't too wet. I could definitely see how you could get wet. You definitely get drizzled on kind of everywhere. I mean, it was kind of all right.
It's
It was
a good
cool.
interaction thing with kids.
Yeah, I would say to do one time it's cool, but I wouldn't go like stand there all
Like
day.
if there's
and
no
play.
line, sure, go in there, walk around, have
Yeah.
a little bit of fun.
So basically, the premise is that you like go through and it kind of tells you like a little bit about like the water systems and how it works, and then at each different like water system, they have ocean, lake, stream, or river. This one's sky. They have something. They have a
stream,
yeah.
river, lake.
yeah, like creek or something. They have a few different ones. At each different one of those, where it tells you a little bit about something specific, there's some type of interaction. So, like for the ocean, I think that was the coolest one.
Yeah, the fog coming.
Oh,
Look at that.
Yeah. Fog coming. The ocean was really cool. So you stand on like a little platform and you raise your arms up, and everyone in the line can raise their arm up, and it's like almost like a geyser of water,
Yeah,
which
you
is
saw in the video.
which is they had the same thing at every spot, but it was like the amount of water was different each spot that you went to. But it was pretty cool. I wouldn't say you have to go do it, but if you can do it and it's not a huge line, I would.
Yeah, definitely recommend.
Yeah.